So, good evening for Stardusty. Buenas noches, estamos en Solo Team. And tonight I decided to show you this game, guys. Hoy decidimos darles este juego, chicos. I think it's really, really nice. Me parece que es muy bonito. I think it's beautiful, in fact. De hecho, me parece que es un juego muy hermoso. It's called The First Tree. Se llama el First Tree, el primer árbol. Durante esta vamos iniciando, buscan el joystick, vamos a ver el control. Mira, should disable the banner. Banner extra. So let's start a new game. Vamos a iniciar un juego nuevo, ¿ok? Loading. Está cargando.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know. It seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes. I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right.
Okay, so this is the game. This is el juego. It's we're going to be playing as the Foxy. Vamos a jugar como el perrito, como la perrita. But they're going to be telling a parallel story with humans. Van a estar contándonos una historia paralela con humanos. Es muy importante, because in the end, both things connect. Al final, ambas cosas se conectan. Let's go. Vamos a correr. I don't remember where to go. No recuerdo dónde hay que ir. But we're going to come this way. Vamos a ir para acá. So, also, in the game, we're going to be farming stars. En el juego vamos a estar reuniendo estrellas. It's really, really important in the end of the game, guys. Al final, es muy importante reunir muchas estrellas, chicos. It's really important. Muy important. So, what they were talking, de lo que estamos hablando es apparently the fox is in a dream of the guy. La solita está en el sueño del chico, ¿ok? And they're not telling us details about their life. Bueno, estamos diciendo detalles de su vida. The foxy is looking for something. El solita está buscando algo. Okay, that's important. Eso es lo importante. That's what we came to seek for. Lo que venimos a buscar. I have to smell. Hay que olerlo, ¿ok? I have to smell. How do we smell? ¿Cómo lo oler?
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
Sigue el camino a algo inesperado. Ok. So esa mini fox, esta small fox, es correcto, esa baby fox. And you see apparently is dead. Woman, aparentemente está muerto. Okay.
She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other two children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers.
Okay, so she still has to find two more foxes. Todavía tiene que encontrar dos solitos más. Okay? They're two babies. Sus dos bebés. Okay? The title of the game, el título del juego. We're coming. Venimos para acá. We're looking for answers. Buscamos respuestas, okay?
Fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
Okay, so this is the stars I told you about. Estas son las estrellas que les dije. They're really important in the end of the game. Al final del juego son muy importantes. We're going to be carrying them. Vamos a estarla reuniendo. They appear to be useless. Parece que son inútiles, but in the end of the game are super important. Parece que son inútiles, pero al final del juego son super importantes. And yes, they're going to be like guiding us to our destination. Van a estar como guiándonos a nuestro destino. So let's see. Vamos a ver. The visuals and the music are beautiful, guys. Los visuales y la música son muy bonitos, chicos, y hermoso. So, probably, this is the game. Este es el juego, chicos. This is the name. Aquí está el nombre del juego. The first tree. This game is in discount on Steam. Tiene descuento este juego en Steam. It's 80% discount. Tiene un 80% de descuento. It's, for me, it's a must try. Para mí es un juego que hay que jugar. It's really excellent. Es excelente, chicos. It's about $1 currently. Ahorita está como en 20 pesos mexicanos, $1 más o menos. So, yes, if you can afford it, I really recommend it. Si les lo pueden comprar, yo realmente se lo recomiendo. It's a really great game. Es un juego muy bueno. Okay, this is something, es algo. Okay, we can dig, podemos excavar. I don't remember how to. Así, con este.
My dad did for a living?
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood was a canvas, then a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
So, his father was a lumberjack. Su papá era un podador, un carpintero, algo así. And he used to make toys for his son. Y él solía hacerle los juguetes a su hijo. So he's saying that train we found, ese tren que encontramos, it was his first toy apparently. Parece que fue su primer juguete, se lo hizo su papá. Okay, so I told you, the stories are connected. Le dije, las historias están conectadas, chicos. So I went back to get the reward, sorry. Pero los premios, perdón, chicos. I remember, I told you they are really important. Les dije que son muy importantes. So, let's go this way. Vengamos por aquí. As you see, there's apparently nowhere to go. Aparentemente no hay lugar para donde ir. But you just follow along with the game, guys. Solo sigan el juego, chicos. Don't worry. So, here's the we found the train. Aquí encontramos el tren. And we're going to continue to continuar. There's something anyway. There's something there. Hay algo para allá. We're going to check. It's shiny. Está brillando. And we're going to check it. Vamos a ir a checarlo, chicos. I maybe should be recording. Te voy a grabar este and upload it to YouTube. Para subir a YouTube. Okay, there's something. Aquí algo. It's another toy. Es otro juguete. Es a brain. Es un avión. Okay, there's like a rocket. Un cohete. We're going to be checking this. Vamos a checar esto, okay? Okay, it's shiny because it has the stars. Brilla porque tiene las estrellas, and it's a slider. Es una resbaladilla, un tobogán. Slider, un deslizador. Ok, let's continue. Tenemos 13 already. Ya tenemos 13. Ok. The number is important, guys. El número es importante, chicos. Number of stars. El número de estrellas que reconectemos. Ok, let's check. Ok, ¿cuál? Vamos a checar este. Ok, another digger. Otro excavador. Ok, let's
Kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Yeah, I think I only did it once, when I was in the 4th grade. You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class what helped pass the time and distracted me. So I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Don't be embarrassed. Every kid wants to fly. For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat. I remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of it. They asked which trash can I found it in, or why an ugly log was my favorite toy. When I got up, I didn't even want to tell them my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friends had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did. It's amazing we bounced back at all.
So, hello, chicas. Hola, chicas. So, I really want to interrupt the narrative. No quiero interrumpir la narrativa. Don't worry, no te preocupes. Don't worry if you didn't see the notification. No te preocupes si no has visto la notificación. We're playing this game first time on a stream. Estamos jugando este juego primera vez en directo. I have other finished. Yo lo terminé, chicos. This game is great. Este juego es muy bonito. It's beautiful. Es excelente. It's called the first stream. Se llama el primer árbol. And I think it's really beautiful. Yo pienso que es muy hermoso. It has 80% discount on Steam if you're interested. Si les interesa, tiene descuento en Steam del 80%, about 20 Mexican pesos, unos 20 pesos mexicanos, about $1, es como $1 estadounidense. Oh, a lot of air where you live, es donde vives en mucho aire. Okay, like 1 hour ago, hace como una hora. So, in this game, we're moving the fox. Aquí movemos al zorrito. Probably, we're going to be hearing the story of the family. Estamos escuchando la historia de una familia. And then, in the end, we're going to see both stories are connected. Al final veremos que ambas historias están conectadas. Okay? So remember, help together the stars. Hay que reunir las estrellas, chicos, eso es muy importante. They seem to be useless. Parece no servir para nada, but in the end, they are really useful. Al final nos sirven un montón. You have to get as many as you can. Hay que agarrar todas las que puedan, ¿ok? Yeah. And usually we have a map, so sometimes it's hard to know where to go. Bueno, no hay mapa, así que a veces es difícil saber a dónde ir. You have to follow the stars. Hay que seguir esas estrellas, ¿ok? ¿Puedes subir por aquí? So we have to stop the Foxy. Encontramos un zorrito muerto, baby fox, un zorrito bebé. And we're looking for the other two. Estamos buscando a los otros dos. We are the mother. Nosotros somos la mamá. ¿Ok? Pero esa está ahí en la estrella. Voy a tratar de agarrarla. Ahora tengo 14, ya tengo 14. Ay, no te preocupes. That's why I'm showing you the game. Por eso les estoy mostrando el juego, chicos. Now that it's on discount. Ahorita que tiene descuento, se los puedo mostrar. I have already finished it. Yo no lo terminé. I haven't played it like in 2 years. Hace como 2 años que no lo juego, so I don't know. No sé qué hacer. Change of government. Cambio de gobierno. Yes, okay. Yes, some documents take a while. Si algunos documentos se tardan. No te preocupes. So, 16, llevo 16, 17. We're in the stars. Estamos sacando las estrellas, chicos. I think it's this way. Yes, es por aquí. Sí. Loading. Cargando. Foxy, estamos en zorrito. Ok. Running, vamos a estar corriendo. As you see, this is really beautiful visuals. Son visuales muy hermosos. Also the music. También la música, chicos. And the story is really great. For me. Y la historia, al menos para mí, es muy bonita. So you have to cross to make joining you for a few months, or weeks or months. Algunas semanas o meses. No te preocupes. Don't worry, no te preocupes. I hope we can still streaming. Espero que podamos seguir transmitiendo. I hope so. Yo creo que sí. I think we will be able to do it. Creo que seremos capaces de hacerlo. But it there's an issue, I'm going to let you know. Si hay algún problema, les aviso. Ok, I believe purple is a superpower. Creo que este morado es un superpoder. No, no hace nada. Ok, just my body, lo agarramos. Ok, just in case, solo por si acaso. And I see another digging place. Otro lugar para escapar. Ay, ok, actually, me pego la cabeza. There's las estrellas. There's a patrol car. Hay una patrulla. Ok, let's come this way. Venimos por aquí. There's like a living room. Hay una especie de comedor. Ok. Let's dig. Vamos a excavar. Con este
He was working another late night, and my friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they had come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned how that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin. I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while. The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers. I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us send a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
So, apparently he took his father's car for a party with his friends or something. Parece que se llevó el carro de su papá cuando tenía como 15 años. Y bueno, para divertirse con sus amigos, y como que no les fue muy bien. Los regañaron al final, in the end, digo, al final los regañaron. Así, nos estamos en un excavador, ok. We have the wire, tenemos el volador. Ok, let me get that. Voy a excavar eso, chicos. We have to find out the story. Hay que contar toda la historia, ok. I prefer to get the full story. Yo prefiero tener la historia completa. This is the first time in the channel. Es la primera vez que tenemos en el canal. Let me excavar este.
My teenage years were full of sketching, angst, and trouble. I wasn't popular or unpopular. Maybe just forgettable. I guess that gave me a sense of freedom. So I hung out with crazy kids, doing crazy things, even though I mostly just watched the chaos ensue. We did it all. Put fireworks in mailboxes, hide roadkill in people's garages, break windows of the barber shop in Anchorage. My dad was furious, but he was so busy working he couldn't do much to stop me from going out.
I think being an adult means there's no one to stop you making hard decisions. He had to make a living, and he couldn't be in two places at once.
Yeah, I realize that now. But at the time, I was sure he was more interested in growing his business than what was going on with me.
So let's talk about his time as a teenager. Está hablando de su adolescencia. Apparently was a bit problematic. Parece que era un poco problemático. Risks getting with his friends and making his dad upset. Siempre escapándose con sus amigos y haciendo enojar a su papá. So, yes, I told you. Both stories might seem different, but they're connected there. Ambas historias realmente diferentes, chicos, pero están conectadas. Que in the end, con una curiosidad. Al final vamos a ver eso, chicos. Este todo está muy bueno. So we're looking for the two next babies. Estamos buscando a los dos bebés que faltan. For the Foxy, para la solita esta, ¿ok? I don't think she has a name. Creo que no tiene nombre. No problem, Foxy. El problema le diremos es la solita esta. Ok, esta jugar con una cascada. Allí sí pisos se beautiful. Los visuales son hermosos, chicos. Oye, un hoyo. Oh, my arch enemy. Me vuelvo hoyo. Okay, let's see a way down. Hay que buscar una forma de bajar. Quizás se demora. Oh, no. Okay, maybe this way. As you see, there's a bigger part. Hay una parte que podemos excavar. So, we're checking it. What's the chicala? Oh, there's the old truck they were mentioning. Ahí está la camioneta de la que estaban hablando. The one they stole, like, se robaron to go to party. Para irse de fiesta, ¿ok? You see, foxes become beautiful women in games in the back. Creo que sí, ¿no? I think that happens. Eso sí pasa. I think that happens.
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was gonna be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I had proved the ultimate point, but my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough, it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but...
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, "Make this right," to himself, more than to me.
So yes, she remembering his days as a teenager. Sigue recordando los días de su adolescencia and how he after his getting in his dad's vehicle. Después de que se escapó en el vehículo de su papá with his friends, con sus amigos, he went to the police station, lo capturó la policía, and his dad had to pick him. Lo tuvo que recoger su papá, and of course he was a teenager and thought he was doing right. Obviamente él era un adolescente, pensaba que estaba haciendo las cosas bien, and such things, esa clase de cosas es lo que está diciendo. They didn't talk after that. Pues eso ya lo hablaron. No puedo agarrarlas. I cannot pick them. No puedo agarrarlas. I don't remember how to pass this. No recuerdo cómo pasar esto, chicos. Porque está... I need to pick it. Lo voy a agarrar por... bueno, pues me caigo. Tenemos el don santo, chicos. Sí lo tenemos. Why we can't pick? ¿Por qué no tenemos agarras? Déjame, no tengo nada. ¿Para qué? Let me get up. Voy a salirme de aquí. I think I have to go all the water pockets. Creo que no me tengo que subir a la cascada, chicos. Oh, ok, es por aquí. Ah, we need the water pockets. Estamos las mariposas para subir. Vamos a ir a agarrarla. Because we need to climb that. Hay que escalar eso, chicos. Let me get it. Voy a agarrarla. And let's continue the road. Continuamos con el camino. This way. Es por aquí. Sometimes a map could be appreciated, guys. A veces aquí apreciamos mucho el mapa. But I think part of the game is exploring. Creo que parte de este juego es explorar. So, hey guys, es muy bueno. So, by the way, what game are you going to play in Roblox tomorrow? Por cierto, ¿qué juego querrían mañana en Roblox? Trataríamos de hacerlo. Ok, Rónica, está muy alto este. We need 3. Necesitamos 3. Ah, we need 3 butterflies. Necesitamos 3 mariposas. Oh, we need 3 butterflies para saltar. Para saltar tengo 3 mariposas. We need 3 butterflies to jump that high. 3 mariposas para saltar tan alto. That's why they are everywhere. Por eso están en todos lados. Okay. I think for tomorrow, good morning, you know. Para mañana en la mañana no sabes. Yes, you're preparing some horror game for night. Estás preparando un juego de terror para la noche. I know that, eso lo sé. Akumo, Akumo, Akumo. Ok, la noche Akumo. Bueno, perfecto que sea eso, pues, que, we need to get more. Hay que agarrar más, chicos. And I think I took it in the wrong order. Creo que los agarré en el orden incorrecto, chicos. First one is the waterfall. Primero va de la cascada. You have to jump. Hay que saltar. Vamos a tratar to get him, but no promises. Trataremos de agarrarlo, pero no hay promesas, chicos. No hay como nada. But we have to jump. Hay que saltar aquí. If we jump, we want to waste it. Si saltamos, vamos a perder. ¡Ay! Ok, really, apenitas. No, we have to jump. Tienes que saltar. Es tricky. Este es el truco, chicos. Bueno, lo tenemos. Got him. Ya lo tenemos. We'll get the second one. Agarramos el segundo. Don't press jump. Ya no presionen saltar. Ah, we're coming. Venimos para acá. Ya, así se llama, no te preocupes. Ay, no, yo no sé. En japonés, akuma, like in Ladybug, means demon. En japonés, akuma, como los de Ladybug, significa demonio. Okay, maybe that's the origin. A lo mejor ese es el origen del nombre. Pero tenemos los tres. Yeah, could be miswritten. Puede estar mal
My
escrito.
friends would laugh about that night and talk about how crazy it was. And I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall, keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time.
Ok, está diciendo que obviamente le presumo a sus amigos como si no le importara, pero sí, probablemente se le preocupaba que su papá pues estuviera decepcionado de él, ¿no? It's just, he was worried about his dad, was disappointed about him, but of course, he wanted to show powerful for his friend. Y algo tan poderoso frente a sus amigos, ¿no? Ok, ¿cuál estaba?
If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
So, now that he's older, he's realizing, he's thinking about that, maybe the path he took in life is making these thinkings. Está pensando ahorita que ya es mayor, pues el camino que tomó, que se aleja del de su papá era leñador, él es el artista, él pinta. He's an artist, he draws, he makes drawings, él hace dibujo. But he keeps visualizing this box, él sigue viendo a esta zorrita, ¿no? Ok, aquí no sé no why, y no sé por qué. Ok, ok, we're going to go, vamos a ir por este camino. Ay, let me turn on jumping. Esa cosa que puedo saltar. La imagen de juego tiene a la cubo. Sí, es la cubo. ¿Cuál es la cubo? If you make a game, you can make the name whatever you want. Si haces un juego, pues le puedes poner el nombre que tú quieras. A ver, una cama. Ok. What do I think about the narrator's voice? Is it natural? Is that how they speak in English? I think so. Yo creo que es como natural. Creo que así hablan en inglés. You know, my English is not that good. Mi inglés no es tan bueno. Sorry, perdón. I guess I have an accent. Supongo que tengo un acento. Sorry, perdón. But I think he said he's from Alaska. Creo que dijo que es de Alaska, so maybe it's a different accent there. A lo mejor ahí también hay otro acento. Okay, we're flying. Volamos, okay. Let me get these 3 stars. Agarren estas 3 estrellas, chicos. Stars are really, really important in the end of the game. Al final del juego, las estrellas son súper, súper importantes, ¿ok? I could tell you the end. Podría decirles el final, chicos. I could tell you the end. This is a short game. Este es un juego muy cortito, chicos. About 2 hours. Dura como 2 horas. Menos, incluso menos. I don't remember. No recuerdo. It's a short game. No recuerdo que es corto. Creo que son como 160 estrellas. I think it's about 460 stars. No se está moviendo. Parece que tenemos que correr. Have to do something. Ah, no, have to bring 3. Hay que traer 3. 3 o 4. ¿3 qué? You hear my monótono. ¿Se escucha como monótono? Also could be the environment. Pues el ambiente. Apparently he's just chatting with his wife. Parece que solo está platicando con su esposa. So maybe doesn't need too much voice acting. A lo mejor no necesita mucha actuación de voz. Okay, I don't know. They need 3 something. Tiene 3 de algo. I don't know what. Es que have to go there. Hay que ir ahí. I think there's where we come from. Creo que de ahí venimos. So let's come here. Vamos a estar acá. I don't know. No sé. Let me check. Only check the surroundings. Chequen siempre sus alrededores, chicos. Might tell you where to go. Para decirles a dónde ir. Okay, necesitamos 3 cosas. Ok, encontré algo. I found something. Encontré algo. Digger, un excavador. Let's go to digger. Vamos a ir a excavar, ¿ok? Ok, let's dig it. Vamos a excavarlo. Sí, escape.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk, and I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
Okay, he's still talking about his past. Sigue hablando de su pasado. Apparently there were in his house old car parts and all. Parece que en su casa había como cosas, partes viejas de carros y todo. And his dad made stories. Y su papá le contaba historias. Of course, made them up. Las inventaba, por supuesto. Maybe this guy. A lo mejor para asustarlo, or just to be creative. A lo mejor estaba siendo creativo. Don't worry, no te preocupes. Tigres is apologizing for so many times he fell asleep. Si estás culpando Tigres por muchas veces que se ha quedado dormido, don't worry, no te preocupes. I know you're tired. Sé que te cansas. I think it's this way. Creo que es por ahí. I think it's this way. Creo que es por ahí. A ver, otro que se mueve. Sí, necesitan 3. ¿3 qué? Igual. ¿Qué crees que? Igual se acabar esto.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me.
Okay, he's understanding everything his dad did for him. Está empezando a ver todo lo que su papá hizo por él, todo el sacrifices que made, los sacrificios que hizo. Also when they realized he was choosing a different path, sobre todo cuando se dio cuenta que él quería tomar un camino diferente, being an artist instead of destroying trees, ser un artista en vez de destruir árboles. So es, igual estaba
My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
Okay, so apparently his father was always trying to be busy with what he liked, carving things in wood. Parece que su papá siempre estaba tratando de estar ocupado con lo que a él le gustaba, que era trabajar en madera. Okay, apparently he built a lot of bird houses. Parece que construyó muchísimas de esas casitas para pájaros. And many other things, of course, y por supuesto muchas otras cosas, ¿ok? Ok, I'm going to try to go to the movie one. Voy a tratar de ir otra vez hacia la que se está moviendo. Pues, I don't know how to pass, ya no sé cómo pasar. Ay, me caí. Ay, no, Asma. Me caí, sorry. Perdón. I still don't understand what is the basis of double jump. Todavía no entiendo en qué se basa el salto doble. Because, I mean, in reality it would be impossible. En esta realidad sería imposible. ¡Ay, no! Okay, don't complain. No se queje. That's what happens if you complain about double jump. Eso pasa cuando nos quejamos del salto doble. Oh my. I'm sorry, perdón. Wait. Double jump. Doble salto. Ok, ya lo hicimos. Let's see what happens. O sea, pasa. Where's the moving TV? La cosa que se mueve, ¿dónde está? Ah, más allá, es farther. Está más lejos. Ok, right. No, vamos. Boing, boing. Boing, boing, boing. Bounce, y rebotamos. Okay. Yeah, exploring this part before going down this time. Esta vez voy a explorar esto antes de ir abajo, chicos. Parece que there's nothing else. No hay otra cosa. Ah, ok, I need something. Hice algo. I have to... Sí, tengo que darle como un besito. Muac. Ok. I need to find another one. Tengo que entrar otra. I need to find 3. Tengo que encontrar 3. We found 2 already. Ya encontramos 2. ¡Ay, me caigo! Ok, it's right ahead. Está justo adelante. Bueno, fíjense, ¿por qué te estás desvelando? Why have you picked as being stayed away to rain? ¿Viendo películas? You have been watching movies? Oh, by the way, found the commercial, I think I told you. Creo que les había comentado en la mañana que encontré el comercial de where Link from Zelda drinks a soda, en el que Link de Zelda toma un refresco, ¿no? I found it, ya lo encontré. Es una Fanta, no era Fanta, chicos, was a Mirinda. Era una Mirinda, is a soda in my country, es un refresco de mi país. Ajá, sí, ya lo he visto, but I think it's still made. Creo que todavía lo hace, ¿no? 54 stars already. Ya tenemos 54 estrellas. Ok, there's the jumping star. Ahí está la estrella brincadora. Y sigue. Vamos a darle un besito. I really love the visuals, guys. Y me encantan realmente estos visuales, chicos. It's beautiful. Es hermoso. Vamos a darle un besito. You can only say that's unproductive stuff. Cosas no productivas. Kiss it. Besito, besito, kiss it, kiss it. Ok, ahí está. Ahí Javi, ya lo tengo. How to press in the right moment, guys. Hay que presionar el momento correcto, chicos. Let's look for the third one. Vamos a buscar el tercero. Ángel, parece que es ahí. It's Ángel, es adelante. Ahora la achievement. Oh my, saqué un logro. Ay, no la achievement. Tengo un logro. Is it possible? I'm going to download this and put it on YouTube. ¿Es posible? Lo voy a descargar y lo voy a poner en YouTube. Pues, I thought this is one of those games you finish in one play session. Este es uno de esos juegos que terminamos en una sola sesión de juego, chico. Es un short y es cortito. Let me play the kissing thingy. Vamos a buscar la cosita besucona. Oh, ese no es el mismo. I'm going to the same. ¿Cuál es el mismo? Yes, es el mismo, es este. No. Estoy, saqué juguetes. Para. So we have to find one more. Tengo que encontrar una más. Maybe you can see from this, above this one. A lo mejor podemos encontrarlas desde acá arriba. Point. We have double jump. Tenemos el doble point. ¡Ay! I always miss that jump. Siempre me pasa ese salto. I'm not going to go to the top. No quiero ir arriba. I just want to be able to see. Solo quiero poder ver. See lights. Para ver las luces. Quiero comprar. Ahí venimos. So, where is the third one? ¿Dónde está el tercero? Remember, we're also looking for the babies. Estamos buscando a los bebés, chicos. Not for. No se preocupen que find them. Vamos a encontrar. Even it's hard for you. Okay, está difícil para ustedes entender. ¿Qué dice? When you were in school, was for making projects. Cuando ibas a la escuela para hacer proyectos. Ok. Quiero por tarea. You love the early morning to get inspiration for drawing. Te gustaba la madrugada para tener inspiración para dibujar. Oh, great, muy bueno. Maybe you should do that. A lo mejor debes hacer eso. Now you stay away washing clothes to 1 p.m. Ahora te desvelas lavando ropa hasta la 1 de la mañana. Ok, yes, it's a change, es un cambio. And later you're in Twitch or YouTube. Nothing Facebook or social networking. Ahora te la pasas después de eso en YouTube o Twitch. Y no en redes sociales. Ok. I don't have social network. Yo no tengo redes sociales. No. Ya me caí. Ole. No me caí. Ok. Let me try to find the third one. Vamos a buscar el tercero, chicos. I guess this the other way. Yo creo que está del otro lado. Ay. Ya me caí. Ahí está. Ya me caí ahora sí. Me atoré. Ok. I got stuck slightly. Me atoré un poquito, chicos. I want to run faster. Yo quiero correr más rápido. Ok. This is el fastest. Vamos lo más rápido que se puede, chicos. I'm looking for the lines. Estoy buscando las líneas de Virtual. plans, son planos, they're blueprints, son planos, chicos. Remember, these are like the memories of the guy who's talking. Estos son como los recuerdos del chico que está hablando. Let's look for the... Aquí puede pasar ahí. Puede ser ahí. Okay, you have a Facebook account for uploading drawings. Tienes una cuenta de Facebook para hacer fotos, imágenes, drawings, dibujos. Ok, eso está bastante bien. I think it's great. Yo creo que es muy bueno, chicos. Share with someone you trust. Puedes compartir con las personas que confíen. And they can give you their comments. Te ponen comentarios, ¿no? Oh, about 2 years since you uploaded your last one. Unos 2 años desde que subiste el último. Oh, no. So you think the branches are moving? No. No se están quitando las ramas todavía. No, we need to continue. Hay que continuar, chicos. Have to find the next one. Hay que encontrar el otro. Have to kiss the star. Hay que besar la estrellita. Así que sí, así hay. ¡Ay, no! Esta está allá arriba. It's up there. ¿Está allá arriba? I don't know, no sé si ven eso, chicos. It could be up there. Puede estar allá arriba, but could be just in the other side of the mountain. A lo mejor solo está del otro lado de esa montaña. Yes, I haven't been uploading videos to YouTube, guys. Yo ya no he estado subiendo videos a YouTube, chicos. Sorry, I got busy. Perdón, pero me ocupo. Ok, ¿qué puede ser aquí? No es aquí. I'm looking for a Kisabo. Estamos buscando una besable. Kisabo está, una estrella besable. Okay, there's something. Hay algo. I haven't been there. No hemos estado ahí because there are stars. Ahí están las estrellas, ¿ok? Okay, when you enter Facebook, there's a lot of gossips and things that explode like a bomb on your face. Te explota como una bomba en la cara, todos los chismes y todo. Yes, I think people post a lot of things there. Creo que mucha gente postea muchas cosas ahí. I guess that's the goal of the thingy. Yo creo que de eso se trata, ¿no? Stars. Estas son estrellitas. Remember, super important. Recuerden que son súper importantes, at least in the end of the game. Al menos al final del juego son importantes, ¿ok? Pero la tengo. Ya la tengo, ok. I don't want to get too deep because I'm going to get lost. No quiero meterme muy profundo porque me voy a perder. Ok, let me see. Okay, this way, es por aquí. This way, es por aquí. Y no llego. Ok, por aquí, this way, es por aquí. Parram, papam. Oh, no. Ok, no voy a llegar. Ok, there's a star. Hay una estrella. ¿Qué dice? Yes. Things you discover. Cosas que descubres, cosas que te enteras. Yes, lots of the things. And I think most are not important. En mi opinión. Obviamente son cosas que te enteras y al menos en mi opinión la mayoría no son importantes. Son gossip. Son solo chismes, ¿no? En mi opinión, of course. Solo es mi opinión, por supuesto. I don't mean to offend. No quiero ofender a nadie. ¿Cómo llego? How do I get there? ¿Cómo llego ahí? Ok. A ver si está. Hay una estrella ahí. I don't know. No sé cómo llegar. I have to go into this. Tengo que meterme por aquí. No, we're going back. Estamos regresando. Esa ahí es. Right there. Justo ahí. How do we... ¿Cómo llegamos? How do we get there? ¿Cómo llegamos ahí? You like mysterious persons or where to say? ¿Te gustan las personas misteriosas por decirlo de alguna forma? Ok. That's good. Eso está bien. So, you don't like Facebook. ¿No te gusta Facebook? Because everyone knows everything there. Porque hay todos en todo. Ok, sí, y tal vez así de Kisabo. El besable de Kisabo está. Estrella besable. Ok, let me go down to kiss it. Voy a darle un besito. Kiss it. Besito, besito, besito. Mira, ahí está. Sí, sí. Aquí está. Besito, 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 besito. Okay, got you, ready. The branches are moving. Se está moviendo la rama, chicos. I don't remember. No recordaba. Remember, I haven't played this in a long time. Hace mucho que no juego esto, chicos. By the way, interesting. Es interesante, por cierto. This game was originally going to be with robots and many other things. Originalmente este juego iba a ser con robots y otras cosas. Completely different. Completamente diferente. You used to like Facebook Watch. ¿Cuál es eso? Facebook Watch sí te gustaba. No sé qué sea. I don't know what that is. You used to recommend a lot of anime. Ok. Te recomendaba mucho anime. Ok. Ya entendí. Let me send me banner. Late nights. Buenas desveladas. Yes. One time with my brother, we were little. Cuando éramos chiquitos, creo que una vez mi hermano y yo, tried to stay awake all night. Tratamos de quedarnos despiertos toda la noche. Of course, we took turns. Obviamente tomamos turnos. And I had the first turn to sleep. Yo tuve el primer turno para dormir. But he never wake me up. No, él nunca me despertó. Ya, hey, wake up. I want to sleep. And he went to sleep. And that was it. Así como, ya despiértate, te toca. Yo me voy a dormir. Y ya se durmió. Entonces, así que eso fue todo. So we woke up the next day. Entonces despertamos el día siguiente. Ok, espero que sea por aquí. I think it's not here. Creo que no es aquí, chicos. Almost me perdí. Watch. Sorry for my English is watch. No problem, no te preocupes. Now let me take this one. ¿Ves caber este? Ok, there are lots of stars. Aquí hay muchas estrellas, chicos. Seguimos a excavar este.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes, the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. Then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
Okay, so he's still remembering his past. Apparently, he's noticing he's grown up now. Parece que está recordando su pasado. Parece que está entendiendo que es un adulto. That some things are the same, but they look different now. Varias cosas son iguales, son la misma, pero se ven ya diferentes. So, it's interesting, es interesante, chicos. Okay, I think it's this way. Creo que es por aquí. ¿Qué dice? What was the purpose? Only for experience. ¿El propósito de qué? ¿Cuál propósito? Oh my. Okay, I think it's this way. Creo que es por aquí. We're looking for the first tree. Estamos buscando el primer árbol, chicos. The first tree, el primer árbol. And I think it's this way. Creo que es por aquí. Yes, I think it's this way. Creo que es por aquí. As you see, the branches are gone. Ya se quitaron las ramas. Can pass. Ya podemos pasar. Let me get the stars. Voy a agarrar las estrellas. Nuestro propósito de desvelarnos, nada, solo quedarnos despiertos toda la noche. Our purpose of staying awake only was that, stay awake. Quedarnos despiertos toda la noche. Now that talking about stay awake, you remember something small when you were a child. Recordar de algo que descubriste cuando eras niño. Ah, ok. Ah, bien, yo quiero de eso sí se puede hacer.
Stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
Okay, so probably he is sad because his dad is already dead. Parece que está triste porque su papá ya falleció. And obviously, many things are not going to be able to do. Obviamente, muchas cosas que ya no van a poder hacer. But in our story, in nuestra historia, there's someone interesting ahead. Hay alguien interesante ahí enfrente. Que dice, yes, when you rub your hair with the pillow, you see electricity. Sí, es lo que pasa cuando frotas tu cabello con las manos y electricidad. The first time you thought was strange because was ignorant, something new to you. La primera vez que te hizo algo raro porque eras ignorante, algo nuevo para ti. A veces eso pasa. Let's go. Let's see, vamos a ver esto. Acá, aquí está un bebé, a baby fox, un solito bebé. Oh my, también está muerto. That is new, this is el culpable. So we have 3 babies, tenemos 3 bebés, this is the second one we found. Este es el segundo que encontramos in exactly the same condition, exactamente las mismas condiciones, ¿ok? It had an hypnotizing effect, no un efecto hipnotizante. Let me get the bully. Voy a agarrar al malo. Es a wolf, es un lobo. Ok, acabo, es un cobarde. Ah, she is gone forever. Como ella se fue. ¡Ah! ¡Podría me caigo! ¡Ay! Se fue porque es un cobarde. Es donde cosas acabo, chat. Se fue porque es un cobarde, chicos. Let me try to get the stars. Vamos a tratar de agarrar las estrellas. So, maybe it's the game is short than I thought. Creo que el juego va a ser más corto de lo que pensé. Es todo lo que hacemos nosotros es with the cat, con el gato. The cat is a feline, un gato felino, no otra clase de gato, a feline cat. And one of those nylon pants, ¿tienes esos pants de nylon? Yo creo que lo frotabas. Lots of sparks started coming out. Estaban las llaves de sus pants, and in the end the cat ran, really scared. Evidentemente el pobre gato corría a todo terrorizado. Because he was causing electricity. Causaba electricidad. You have recurrent dreams that you could call classics. Tienes juegos recurrentes que se pueden llamar clásicos. Ok. Si estás en those two, a veces yo también tengo esos. Like, hey, I know where to go. Así como que, ay, yo sé dónde tengo que ir. Something like that, algo así. I know what's going to happen. Eso es lo que va a pasar. Yes, I think that's common. Yo creo que eso es común. That was eso es muy bueno. Yes, you told me. Eso me lo has platicado. You already told me that one. You have also the palm of your hand. Lo tienes como agujeros en la palma de tu mano. And then you can throw water to it, the whole. Puedes lanzar agua por esos agujeros. Yes, you told me that one. Eso me dijiste. It's really interesting. Me parece muy interesante, chicos. I have never had those dreams. Yo nunca he tenido sueños así. Sometimes I dream I'm at school again. A veces sueño que estoy otra vez en la escuela. And I never took the homework or something. Y así como que no llevaba la tarea o algo. Oh no. Really scary. Da miedo eso. Pues, oh, I didn't remember we have class today. Así, no me acordaba que teníamos clase. Oh no. And what did you do? ¿Qué hiciste ayer? I was streaming. Así como, ayer estuve transmitiendo. Instead of making my homework. En vez de hacer mi tarea. Okay, I dream that sometimes. A veces sueño cosas así, chicos. Okay, there's no more stars. Solo las estrellas, chicos. There should be much more. Debe haber muchas más. Okay, much more. Debe haber muchas más. Okay, I see. Digger. Bueno, para excavar. Uno para excavar. Going to be digging. ¿Vos estás excavando? Param, pam, param, pam, para, pam, para, pam. I was a smart girl in my class. I think so. Let me see. I also was strange too. Yo también tengo que ser muy rara, chicos. Like, I was popular, but in a strange way. Era popular, pero de una forma muy extraña. I always felt like anyone. Siempre me sentí como la chica nueva de la clase. Like anyone in the class. Nueva de la clase. I don't know. No sé. Let me think. Voy a excavar este. Excavaremos este.
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
Okay, ya se puede dormir. Going to sleep. He can't talk about this anymore. Ya se puede dormir porque ya no puedo hablar de esto. Good night, buenas noches. That's easy to translate. Eso es muy fácil de traducir, chicos. You would love to be in the same classroom with me without talking to me. Okay. Eso estaría bien. In fact, that's the point. De hecho, ese es el punto. Many in my class never talked to me. De hecho, ese es el punto. Muchos de mi clase nunca me hablaron. But I mean, not for bad. No fue algo malo, ¿ok? Maybe they thought I was like strange or something. Alguna persona que era rara o algo. But no. But I think I was a class like respected in my class. Creo que en mi clase más bien como que me respetaba, ¿no? I think so. Creo que sí. Okay, voy a ir fácil. Vamos a pasar por aquí because there are no stars. No hay estrellas. For example, with me, my classmates never used passwords. Por ejemplo, cuando estaba yo cerca, mis compañeros de clase nunca usaron malas palabras. Such things, esa clase de cosas. According to many, you were the pride of the classroom. Okay, same with me. Me pasaba igual a mí. Era la carrera del salón. Pride of the classroom, for me too. Beautiful. Esto está bien bonito. Beautiful, muy bonito. Remember, this is the first tree. Este es el first tree, chicos.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
So, now the wife is trying to support him to make him feel better. Ahorita la esposa como que está tratando de hacerlo sentir mejor, tratando de apoyar. Ok, now we see something ahead. Nosotros vamos a verlo aquí adelante. Shiny, está brillando. I think it's an animal. Creo que es un animal. You feel like if you talk to someone, you would mess things up. It's kind of the same to me. Yo creo que para mí era más o menos en tu casa. I think it's a deer. Creo que es un venado, chicos. Deer, es un venado. Es un patrono. Es el patrono de alguien. Ok, let's see. Vamos a ver. Ok, si es que ya se fue. It's going to be our guide. Yo creo que va a ser nuestro guía, chicos.
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself.
So now we're hearing the story of the wife. Ahora estamos escuchando la historia de la esposa. Apparently her mom died when she was too young. Parece que su mamá falleció cuando era muy joven. And she thought, she liked to imagine that birds, some of those birds were her mom. Y a ella le gustaba imaginar que su mamá era alguno de los pájaros que veía. She likes crafting origami cranes. Me gusta hacer esas grullas palomas de origami. Tú piensas que fly. Para sentir que puede volar. ¿Qué dice? Ya, pues eso también me ha pasado. Not about killing, no acerca de matar, but yes, they tell me I'm too straightforward and honest. Parece que también digo las cosas muy directo, muy honestamente. Okay, yes. For example, your friends from the high school told you that he was social. Maybe popular. So why should ask you if you think that she was capable of killing you, and you answered, of course. And she got upset because you were honest. Yes, I know that. Yes, I know that feeling. Yo sé lo que se siente eso. People sometimes don't like people who is straightforward. Muchas veces no parece que me gusta la gente que son muy honestos y dar answers o respuestas directas, chicos. But you thought that maybe in the right circumstances she could maybe do it. Las circunstancias adecuadas a lo mejor lo podría hacer. Ya, es true, puede ser cierto.
I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed-out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared?
Ok, está hablando de un perro que tuvo y cómo ella lo cuidaba, ¿no? Pero parece que el perrito tenía miedo de algo. So it's something about a dog and how she looked after him. But apparently, the dog was fighting up for some reason. Okay. You don't know what was the goal of asking you that, but you were honest. No sabes por qué te pregunté eso, pero fuiste honesto. And she got upset, of course. Y por supuesto se molestó. Just don't worry. I know exactly that feeling. Yo sé exactamente lo que es eso. And I sometimes I prefer not to say anything like that. Por eso a veces prefiero no decir nada así. People sometimes get offended. A veces se ofende la gente.
I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way. Except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you.
Okay, yes, apparently she is telling more about her dad. She also thinks what she considers a strange kid. Está hablando más de su papá, de que estaba en la milicia y todo, y que incluso tuvo problemas de alcohol, pero que eso le ayudó a que ella se convirtiera en una persona solitaria y un poco rara, ¿no? Okay, that is strange. Eso sí es extraño. She told you once she loved to have your spine as an adornment for her house. You felt flattered. Te sentiste halagado por eso. That was a really strange comment. Ese tipo de comentario me extraña. Yes, that's not possible while you're alive. Eso no es posible mientras esté vivo. Eso sí es cierto. Yes, sorry, perdón. Ya pude correr. Run. Corre.
Life got worse and worse. And at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words.
So he was a lonely person. Era una persona muy solitaria, chicos. Okay. Yes. Had no real friends, as she said. Como dice, nunca tuvo verdaderos amigos. You know? Yo lo sé todo. No, no es cierto. Don't know everything. I don't know everything. No sé todo. Yes. Those kind of people are more reliable. Esas clases de personas luego son más confiables.
I
Of course,
summoned
por
courage
supuesto.
I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling, the wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you.
Ok, entonces parece que se armó de valor y abrió el cobertizo de su papel escondido su bicicleta. Ella lo abrió, sacó su bici y se fue lo más rápido que pudo y sintió que estaba volando por primera vez. Eso es como conoció como a sus papás adoptivos. Es que quienes realmente le ayudaron, ¿ok? So she's talking about how she got to her foster family, how she took her bike and ran as quick as possible and flying for first time and such. Interesting, es bastante interesante. ¿Qué dice? Yes, some people are really dangerous, they're only inspiring or siempre están halagándote, those can be dangerous. Eso sí puede ser peligroso. But in the behind that, they want to work good things for you. En el fondo no quieren cosas buenas para nosotros. Wow, it's beautiful. Esto está bien bonito, chicos. Beautiful. Ok, vamos a seguirlo. Run, 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 run. Corre, 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 corre,
You
corre, corre,
have
corre, corre.
strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns in this, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
Ok, están hablando de eso más importante, obviamente, sí que es la familia. Y veranos. Oh. So they're talking about the most important thing is family, of course. Obviamente lo más importante es la familia. And of course, he's starting to question how could he be a good father when he was not a good son. De hecho, se pregunta cómo podría ser un buen padre si nunca fue un buen hijo. ¿Sabes? Cosas interesantes. All of course, he's very supportive. Obviamente su esposa está haciendo, tratando de apoyar. Telling him he's not alone. Está diciendo que no está solo. And such things. Y cosas así. Hello, you, Mr. Hola, señor. Hello, hola. Have you seen Baby Foxy? ¿Has visto sobritos bebés? Es buenísimo. Es uno. ¡Ey! Déjame pasar. ¿Qué dice? Es una película de John Wick al final tenía una habitación con tres subidas y así que está. Okay, in a movie from John Wick, they had this, this room which goes at yeah, in crystal shelves. Okay. Yo no recuerdo esa parte. I think I don't remember that part from John Wick's movies, de las películas de John Wick. But we have seen such things in many other places. Hemos visto esas cosas también en otros lugares. Bueno, díganme a ver, ¿qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? Oh, es pastos, gracias. Ok. Anyway, guys, there's like in a video game, it has Easter eggs. Tal como cualquier juego tiene lo que se llama Easter eggs o huevos de Pascua. I think it's really interesting. En el caso de este juego es muy interesante. You really need to find Easter egg. Realmente tienen que encontrar un Un huevo de Pascua, literal Easter egg, un huevo de Pascua literal, ¿ok? Every time you watch that scene, you remember your best request. Cada que ves esa escena, ¿te acuerdas de la solicitud de tu amiga? El burger de stars. Mira, 81, ya tenemos 80 estrellas. I think we should climb. Creo que vamos a subir por ahí. Or, ¿de ahí venimos? ¿No, verdad? No, I think we don't came from here. Creo que no venimos ahí. We're looking for the last Foxy. Estamos buscando el último zorrito, chicos. Okay, no, there's a star. Hay una estrella, so we haven't been here. Entonces no hemos estado aquí. 3 stars, 4 estrellas. 4 stars, 4 estrellas. I want to get more than 100. Quiero tener más de 100. The very first time I played this game, guys, la primerísima vez que jugué este juego. Pues ahí está. The very first time I played this game, la primerísima vez que jugué este juego, chicos. I literally cried in the end. Literalmente lloré al final. Es beautiful. Está bien bonito este juego. Es beautiful game. Es un juego muy bonito. Okay, just seeking for stars. ¿Solo tengo estrellas? I know stars seem to be pointless. Sé que ahorita parece que las estrellas no sirven para nada. But trust me, they're important. Confíen en mí, son muy importantes, ¿ok? Okay, we are going to the next part. Vamos a la siguiente parte. Okay, let me disable the mini banner. Desactivo el mini banner. Here are the stars. Ahí están las estrellas.
Fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the jade valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
Ok, dice que la madre zorrita está, nada más queda una hija y ella. Only one mother and daughter left. Queda solo la mamá y su hija. Y cree que va a estar cerca del primer árbol porque es donde inició la vida. Apparently it's going to be next to the first tree because there's where life started. So, vamos a checar eso, chicos. Corre. Ok, rápido. Voy a estar aquí por las estrellas. Ok. Remember guys, this game is at 80% discount in some regions and Steam. Recuerden chicos que este juego tiene descuento en algunas regiones de Steam. No. Porque, no me caí. No me caí. I need to change the camera. Tengo que cambiar la cámara. Que si no veo. Oh my god, I'm sleeping. Estoy deslizando. Sleeper, esto no es bueno, chicos. So it's about $1. Cuesta aproximadamente ahorita $1 y very interested que les interesa sacarlo. Y tanto I choose to stream tonight this game. De hecho, por eso decidí transmitir este juego esta noche. In case you want to meet it. En caso de que quieran conocerlo. In case you are interested in getting it. Pues si les interesa conseguirlo, ¿ok? Well, maybe after watching it, you might not want it because, I already know what it's about. A lo mejor después de verlo ya no les interesa porque, ya sé de qué se trata. Well, the idea I want to show you. La idea de mostrarles, chicos. Siempre yo allá más. Una vez te empecé el trabajo, wow. Offer you 50 pesos por clic, te ofrecen 50 pesos por limpiar su cuarto. $2.5. Great. $2.5. Ok. You refuse for many reasons. Por muchas razones te negaste. Okay. Oh, ya diga, un excavador. Let me take one excavador. Diga. Excavemos.
At the end of high school, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Drive. I looked into the best architecture schools on the West Coast, then got a dose of reality when looking at other students' portfolios and the high cost of tuition. I still wanted to be something, to be the next Alvaro Siza, and to make those thousands of sketches worth something in my grand history. But now even an internship sounds impossible. Siza helped me understand how essential emotion is in architecture, and he also said light is the real composer of space. I like to think these glints of light, like not finding a job or even a strange dream about a fox, are something I should be thankful for, even if the illuminated space is something I'm less than comfortable with.
Okay, he's thinking about his life, how he unfortunately he didn't reach as high as he wanted to reach in his life with the artist thing is. Está analizando su vida, está viendo cómo a lo mejor no llegó tan lejos como que llegar en su vida con esto de ser artista. I saw a house in a casa. Okay, let's go to the house. Let's go to the casa. So, yes, is thinking also about how everything should be good for him in some way. De hecho, está pensando cómo todas las cosas que han pasado deben ser buenas para él de alguna forma. Even dreaming about a fox. E incluso soñar con una zorrita, which makes no sense, que a lo mejor no parece tener sentido, ¿ok? Chicos, ok, estrellas. Go to the stars, go to the estrellas. We need the stars. Necesitamos las estrellas, ok. Vean esto. They're flying dogs. Hay puntos voladores. I don't know if you can see them. No sé si los pueden ver. So, by the way, guys, tomorrow we'll get a different re-read screen. Mañana, por cierto, tendremos una pantalla diferente de... Ahorita regresamos. I hope you like it. Espero que les guste, chicos. I'm always trying to improve. Siempre trato de mejorar. So I'm open to suggestions. También estoy abierta a sugerencias, ¿ok? Ok. Ay, mire, lo logramos. Llegamos. Mire, ay, me caí. Casi me caí. Vamos, no, casi me caí. Let's go to that house. ¿Dónde es la casa? I have to go around the rock. Sorry. Perdón, pero tenía que darle la vuelta a la roca, chicos. Es huge. Está muy grande. Digger. Aquí lo excavamos. Digger. Vamos a excavar ese. A mí, disable banner. Activamos el mini banner. To read the text para poder leer los textos.
My dad was super supportive with my college plans. To a point. Things were okay until this terrible accident happened. I guess a forklift flipped over due to a bad axle, and it crushed one of the workers there. My dad didn't eat for days, even though he wasn't directly involved. It devastated him. Not only did it hurt the business, but it just freaked him out. He would talk in his sleep, muttering things about firing people and saying sorry. One fateful day he approached me, said that since my school search wasn't going well, I should finally be a man and take over the family business. He said one day he was going to die, and that all of his work, sacrifice, and even that man's life would be wasted in vain. I just lost it. Teenage me just exploded at the thought. I screwed up. I said things I shouldn't have. He was having a crisis, and I pretty much spit in his face.
Okay. Se está acordando, dice que cuando hubo su papá un tiempo, como que tenía un negocio y un montacargas como que se cayó encima de alguien y lo lastimó, lo mató. Entonces su papá pues estaba devastado, se siente culpable. Y pues entonces llegó al punto de decirle a él, oye, pues eventualmente, ya que no has encontrado realmente una escuela o un trabajo, te tienes que hacer cargo del negocio familiar. Y él pues dice, realmente, yo realmente, como era adolescente todavía, realmente no le hice caso, casi le escupí en la cara de que estás loco, no lo voy a hacer, ¿no? Yo tengo otros sueños. So he's telling everything that happened with that poor creep, apparently an accident, and how he had been kind of rude with his dad. Fue como grosero con su papá, ¿no? Casi enojado. Otra casa. Your suggestions are more like moody, so I'm always keep you in mind. Sí, siempre los tomo en consideración, chicos. Don't worry. No se preocupen. Yes. So he's feeling guilty because he didn't support his dad when he needed it. He had a crisis. Se siente culpable porque no apoyó a su papá cuando esto necesitaba, cuando como que tuvo una crisis, ¿no? Ok, let me see the house. Dame la casa. I don't remember if we can go in, guys. No recuerdo si podemos entrar, chicos. Apparently we can. Parece que no podemos, ¿ok? Ok, I guess it's not this way. Creo que no es por aquí. I guess it's not this way. Parece que no es por aquí. Because we can climb that mountain. No podemos escalar esa montaña. We don't have a radar. No tenemos un radar. We have to explore everything. Hay que explorar todo. So I just think it kind of works also as one of those walking simulators. Bueno, este también puede ser una especie de esos como simulador de caminar. There's not much to do sometimes. A veces no hay mucho que hacer. There's also another good one. What is not for all audiences. Hay otro muy bueno, pero no es para todas las audiencias. Is called... ¿Cómo se llama? I don't remember the name. No recuerdo el nombre. But it's really good. Es muy bueno. But not for all audiences. No es para todas las audiencias, chicos. It's about a patient from asylum. Es de una paciente de un asilo for crazy people, para gente loca. And she goes back to this place. Ella regresa a este lugar. And she tells us her story. Y nos cuenta su historia. It's really good because also it's based on real facts. Es algo que de hecho está basado en hechos reales, chicos. It's really good. Es muy bueno. In fact, you visit the actual hospital, which is now closed. De hecho, visitamos el hospital real, que pues obviamente ya está cerrado. And I don't want it to be a scary game. Yo pensé que iba a ser un juego de miedo, chicos, porque es nothing in that game that is scary. No hay nada que sea de miedo en ese juego. But the story itself, más que la historia misma. So we got this Foxy is much more friendly. Tenemos esta ahorita que es mucho más amistosa. Ok. Ok, let's go. Vamos hacia allá. I see a digger. Un excavador. The doctor to suggest games, guys. Send us libros de superjuegos. If I have them, we can, of course, try to stream them. Si los tenemos, obviamente podemos tratar de practicar, chicos. Don't worry, no se preocupen. Ok, sí está. Una estrella, a star, una estrella. Pero, chicos. Ok. Ya, pobre balcón, ya tenemos más de 100. But I think we could need more. Creo que podríamos necesitar más, ¿ok? Let's come. Y venimos por acá. Por este digger. ¿Dónde está la cosa para excavar? I don't see, ya no lo veo. Ah, there's the digger. Ahí están las estrellas de este excavador. Ok, let me get the stars. Voy a agarrar las estrellas. Pam, param, 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 pam. Ah, we have to pass maybe through that. Tengo que hay que pasar por el medio de eso, ¿no? Otro 3. Let me get that shiny. Voy a ver qué es eso que brilla, ¿ok? I think it's another house. ¿Es otra casa? Yes, it's just that. Tiene una estrella. Let me... ¡Ay! If we... Oh, no, I want to have to be. Voy a tener que dejarlo. Pues if we get up the mountain, we can't come back. Si nos bajamos de la montaña, no vamos a poder regresar. Have to go all around again. Aquí le da toda la vuelta otra vez. Subverse, digger. Excavador. Ok, aquí está.
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. I didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
Ok, dice que después de esa conversación, después de esa pequeña discusión, ya no, como que ya no volvieron a hablar, más que después en cumpleaños y cosas así. Y pues realmente ya no era de cosas importantes, solo que como que fingieron que nada pasó. Y apparently, pretended nothing happened. Parece que fingieron que nada pasó. Pretended nothing happened and they just kept with their lives, but they never talked to each other again. Ya nunca se volvieron a hablar, all unless on holidays or birthdays, no es que fuera algo festivo. So, I'm going to the end of the game, guys. Estamos cerca al final del juego, chicos. We didn't find the Easter egg, no encontramos el huevo de Pascua. I think was in the winter part, creo que en la parte de invierno. But I didn't, no lo vi, I didn't see it, no lo vi. Ok, so let's, vamos a terminar. Not the last baby, ese es el último bebé, ok.
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of: moving forward. My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
Desde que al final, pues,
If the first tree on earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
Ok, entonces dice que ya llegó la zorrita y encontró a su último bebé, está muerto. The last baby is dead. Entonces, si ella ya no tiene a dónde regresar, ya va para que regrese a su casa, ¿no? Since there's no point in spare or careful going back home, she has no home now. Ya no tiene un hogar, ok. So, approaching the first tree is there. Parece que ahí está el primer árbol, pero no tengo por qué vamos a ir por él. You see we cannot run, ya no podemos correr. The box is shut. La pobre solita está muy triste, ¿ok? Ya no podemos saltar. Y la esposa dice, bueno, si el primer árbol fue el primero que creó la vida, y de él salen todos los animales, los pájaros y todo, si hizo todo eso, les enseñó a los pájaros a volar y todo eso, ¿qué podría hacer por nosotros? Okay, I'm translating what the wife said. I remember what the wife said. About how the first tree could, what the first tree could cross. Ok, estaba traduciendo, ok. So, let's see, vamos a ver. As you see, it's really huge, está muy grande. Because it looks huge, but we keep walking and we're not getting there. Sigue creciendo por más que nos acercamos y no llegamos, ¿ok? Ok, I want to run, quiero correr.
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree, but sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
Ok, está diciendo que le dice que leyó una carta y se acuerda mucho de una cita que dice que la muerte no es el final de la vida, sino es parte de ella. Ajá. Entonces dice que pues todos llegamos, todos encontramos a nuestra forma, en nuestro camino hasta el primer árbol, ¿ok? So I'm translating what I can. I'm translating what I can. Estoy traduciendo lo que puedo hacer. Pues I cannot control the text, sorry. No controlo los textos, so I have to translate what I can recall. Tengo que traducir lo que recuerdo, chicos, and sometimes I talk too much. A veces hablan demasiado. Okay, so we have to climb the roots. Hay que subirnos por las raíces, chicos. First time I went below. La primera vez me fui por abajo, and there's nothing. No hay nada ahí. Have to come here. Hay que venir para acá. And also because we cannot run anymore. Sobre todo porque ya no podemos correr, ¿ok? Moving to the first tree. Este es el primer árbol. Ahora coming here. Venimos para acá. Ok, think something. ¿Está pasando algo? Yes, está pasando algo. Sí. So it's not over yet. Todavía no se acaba, chicos. It's not over yet. Todavía no se acaba, chicos. It's not over. So, remember the stars. ¿Recuerdan las estrellas? Remember the stars. ¿Recuerdan las estrellas? So, here it is. Aquí está. We have 108 stars. Tenemos 108 estrellas. That's the number of characters we can write here. Es el número de letras que podemos poner aquí, ¿ok? That's what's important. Por eso es importante. Is this place. The first tree awakens and you hear if there's one last message that goes on to tell her children. So the place back and says, dice, el primer árbol despierta y gentilmente le pregunta a la zorrita si hay un mensaje que le quiera dar a un último mensaje que le quiera dar a sus bebés. Y la zorrita que responde, so, what do you want us to ¿qué quieren que pongamos? ¿Ok? We have 108 characters. Tenemos 108 caracteres. 108 stars. 108 estrellas. I told you, they're really important in the end of the game. Decía que al final eran muy importantes, ¿ok? So, I don't remember if we could skip it before. No recuerdo si antes te podemos saltar esta parte. Let me see, we can. Now, you can rest. Ahora ya puedes descansar, ¿no? Mommy will be with you later. Mami estará con ustedes después. Oops. Ay, no, go to sleep now. Es una edad, ¿no? Ay, my keyword. Will be with you later. Don't worry. I'm ready. Yo estoy escribiendo. Okay. Have a nice rest now. Mommy will with you later. Don't worry. Dice, descansen. Bien, ahorita su mami estará con ustedes después. No se preocupen. I'm not going to correct here. No voy a corregir aquí because I would erase everything. Borraría todo. So, we only use 63 letters. Solo usamos 63 letras. Also, remember guys, this is going to be sent when we click continue, it's going to be sent to the developer. Cuando esto, le demos aquí continue, voy a enviar ese mensaje a los desarrolladores. I think they filter messages to keep them correctly, keep them nice messages. Yo me imagino que ellos filtran los mensajes para que sean mensajes adecuados. Ok, so ahora te continúas a continuar. So this is not over, no se ha acabado. Rules but not soon. Todavía no, ya merito. We're shining, estamos brillando. Explotamos.
I guess her journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream. A distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be. The only person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
Ok, entonces dice, parece que se fue el final de la historia de la zorrita. Abruptly, that's the end of the Fox's tale. And they're preparing a process for a journey. They're going to fly to the father's house. Parece que van a ir en avión hacia la casa de su papá. Pues sadly, obviously, he's not here anymore. Obviamente, lamentablemente, él ya no está aquí. So, he's not happy. No está muy feliz con eso. But of course, right to support it. Pero obviamente su esposa lo está apoyando. 6 months later, 6 meses después. This is no longer epoxy, you see. Como ven, ya no estamos en el zorrito, ya somos otra persona. Let me see if I remember how to move. No sé si me recuerdo cómo lo muevo. ¿Cómo le hablo? Aquí, así, aquí hay un like. Ahora sí. Es un botón, pon algún botón. Ok, sí, vamos a ver. Ahora, ¿verdad? Es maybe bottom B. El botón es B. I got to see to the window. Yo tengo que la verdad. ¿Ok? Y, esqueleto, no es esqueleto, oh my. About skeleton speaker, acerca de esqueleto speaker. Ok, let me see, vamos a ver. ¿Qué tanto oscuro, chicos? Permítame abrir esta. Mira. Pensé esto es una barba, chicos. No pasa, no te pasas. I don't remember. I think I have to activate something. Tengo que activar algo. I think I have to activate something. Tengo que activar algo. Okay, I have something also. I don't remember if I had some with the Foxy. No recuerdo si tenía Zoom con la zorrita, chicos. La totalidad podemos abrir. Where? ¿A dónde? Where? Pues, ¿dónde está? Is it very ending? Ese no es final, chicos. No lo encuentro. I don't remember, no recuerdo, chicos. I don't remember. Por acá ya vimos, ¿no? Quiero ver, ya vimos para acá. Ya venimos para acá, sí. Vamos hacia el otro lado. ¿Pero dónde? ¿Dónde? Ok, pensé en la barda. Vamos a seguir la barda. Ok, we can go this way. Podemos ir para este lado, chicos. Let's go this way. Por aquí sí podemos venir. There some thingies, hay cositas ahí. acampar una fogata. Don't worry, this is not a horror game, guys. No se preocupen, chicos, este no es un juego de horror. Don't worry, this is not a horror game. No es un juego de horror. Y aparte, there's an invisible wall. Hay una pared invisible. No podemos ir para allá. Next, vamos a ver. The wall. Aquí está la pared otra vez. The wall. Fence, es la barra, está la pared. No encuentro. No encuentro. Déjenselo, chicos. I don't remember, no me acuerdo. Pero hay que sacar todo actividad. Creo que lo tengo que activar. Invisible wall, pared invisible. No podemos bajar por ahí. Vamos por aquí. Ay, ¿cuánto activo? ¿Cuánto de activación? ¿Cómo lo activo? Dice ending, es el final, chicos. Sí, es el final. You see this terrain is huge. Este también es lo que, chicos. I didn't see the fence. ¿No vi la barra? And we're running as fast as we can. Estamos corriendo lo más rápido que podemos. That's going to change soon. Eso pronto va a cambiar. I can find what I'm looking for. Si es que puedo encontrar lo que estoy buscando, chicos. El hoyo. Cuidado con el hoyo. We're not foxes anymore. Ya no somos zorritos. ¿Dónde está? Where? I don't remember. No me acuerdo, chicos. But I have to activate the ending somehow. De alguna forma tengo que activar el final. Do you see what happened? Para que vean lo que pasa. We are going back. Creo que estamos regresando. Yes, we're going back. Sí, estamos regresando. Ahora que está aquí. Oh, tenemos que ir por aquí. Yes, sí podemos. Sí podemos. Aquí we're back. Oh, regresamos a la casa. I don't know how to activate the ending. No sé cómo activarla, chicos. Maybe I have to activate something in the house. A lo mejor tengo que activar algo en la casa. Wow, ¿podemos saltar? ¿Podemos saltar? Pero no sé cómo, chicos. Es the ending. Es el final. What do you have to do? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? That's my bedroom. Si está tan en my bedroom, parece que se recámara. Ok. ¿Cómo le abro? Ok, bathroom. Este es el bathroom. No bedroom. No es bathroom, pero bedroom. Ok. No es bathroom, sino bedroom. Ok. Abren aquí. No hay nada. And yeah, aquí está. And you see, some of these things we saw them when we were walking, I think. Creo que mientras caminábamos vimos algunas de estas cosas para que tóxicos ahorita. Let me see out the window. Sí, mejor la ventana. Where? ¿Dónde? No, the only chance I have to go out. La única opción que me queda es salir. How do we end the game? ¿Cómo terminamos el juego? I don't know, no tengo idea, chicos. I have no idea. No tengo idea. The probably invisible walls cannot be jumped. Parece que las paredes invisibles no se saltan. ¿Dónde? Where? We are over the things again. Ya terminamos el juego. Really? The super last part. Me falta la última parte. Es super último, lo ultimísimo. No tengo que pasar esto. No vamos a abrir. Check the mail. No podemos checar el correo. Apparently we have to go to the tent. Hay que ir a la tienda. Thank you. Gracias. This Akun. Es una pista. Akun, una pista. Now we just need to find the tent. Solo tienes que encontrar la tienda. Y acá, si es que podemos, chicos, I'm always lost. Es que estoy perdida, chicos. Always lost. Siempre me pierdo. Y de esta tienda, es una roca. Muy bien. Muy bien. Maybe in the tent we want to get what we need. A lo mejor en la tienda vamos a sacar lo que necesitamos. Hay boxes, pero chicos, yo soy del D&D. La que ven al final. Aquí está. Aquí está. With the flyers, con esos voladorcitos. Pues sí, estamos tentados, chicos.
What the hell?
Ok, aquí ahí está. Ahí está. Entonces, pero qué rayos. What the hell, ok. Es muy far, está muy lejos. Oh my. Bueno, sí, estamos acercándonos. I see this dawn of the sun is dawn. Pues, como pueden ver es el amanecer, ¿ok? You're reaching the box. Ya alcancé la zorrita. Habitualmente se vaya un poquito. Pues sí, es que digo, ya nos están guiando, chicos. Ok, Shiver, aquí estamos. ¿Qué no? Pues ya no podemos correr. ¿Qué es esto? So, here's the message. Este mensaje es: I'm sorry, I couldn't protect you. Lamento no haberte podido proteger. Eres epoxidada ahorita. With her three children, con sus 3 bebés. Look at the photo. Tomé una foto. I took the photo of the message. Tomé una foto del mensaje, chicos. Yes, I'm sorry, I couldn't protect you. Something like that. O sea, perdón, no los pude proteger y no sé qué. Sorry, perdón. But yes, so what the game does, lo que hace el juego, and that's why they have to filter what you write. Lo que hace el juego, y por eso tienen que filtrar lo que escriben, is going to show what you write to someone else in here, in the game. Lo que usted escriba se lo va a mandar a alguien más en el juego, ¿ok? So it's in a multiplayer game, of course. Obviamente no es un juego multijugador, but it's going to, that's why you have to be careful with what you write. Por eso tienen que tener cuidado con lo que escriben. Pues si no te be sent to someone else, se lo va a ir a alguien más, ¿ok? It has to be something nice, I guess. Supongo que tiene que ser algo bonito y amable. Of course. Let me see if I can check the photo. Déjame ver si puedo ver la foto. Un minuto. How do you see my photos? ¿Cómo ven mis capturas? Fotos. Capturas. Ok, aquí está. Y display, ella te ponía para subir. Acá no sé si la veo. Falta de machito, no la veo. ¿Qué dice? Oh, no sé, perdón. Dice, would you like anonymous switch status or free and ok, dice para tuyo. Esto es lo que les decía. Dice, ¿te gustaría subir anónimamente lo que tú escribiste en el primer árbol a una base de datos en línea que está moderada? Puede aparecer aleatoriamente a otros jugadores. Ok, so, si es posible que sí, it's going to be uploaded. Lo está subiendo. Let me check what it displays. Déjame ver lo que capturas. So, we finished the game. I told you, les decía. Y debemos terminar. It's really short. Es muy cortito, chicos. So, okay. Acá no puedo subirlo. Okay. I got to post it en Facebook. Lo voy a poner en Facebook, en Steam. Lo voy a poner en Steam. ¿Cómo lo veo? How do I zoom it? ¿Cómo le hago zoom? Acá no, si no lo puedo ver. Okay. I wanted to tell you what it displays. Te voy a contar lo que dice, chicos. So, sorry, acá no, si no lo puedo ver. How do I tell Steam to show me? ¿Cómo le digo a Steam que muestre? Show me locals. Me gustan los locals. Remember, guys, this is an update. Es una actualización. They made an update in Steam. Es una actualización de Steam. Let me translate for you what it said. Voy a traducir lo que dice. First, I have to go to my Steam. Sí, I have to go to Steam. Tengo que meterme a Steam. I'm checking, guys. So sorry, estoy checando. Sí. Okay, this place dice, I'm sorry, I couldn't protect you. Dice, lamento, no me los puedo proteger. Sleep in peace. Descansen en paz. I love you. Los amo. Okay, yes. So this is the message for the Foxy to her children. Este fue el mensaje de la zorrita para sus hijos. Yes, as you saw, I wrote something similar. Bueno, yo escribí algo similar. So, I told you, the first time I saw this ending, I really cried, guys. La primera vez que vi el final, chicos, de que incluso lloré, hasta todo, como les dije, it's really good, es muy bueno. Of course, maybe it's not a game for everyone. Obviamente, a lo mejor no es un juego para todos, but I really love it. A mí sí me gusta mucho. Sadly, it's too short. Lamentablemente es muy corto. Yes, as I told you, it doesn't have robots. Como les dije, no tiene robots. Originally, it was going to have robots and other things. Originalmente iba a tener robots y otras cosas. So here you can see the Foxy in the first screen. Aquí ven a la solita en la pantalla principal with the three babies. Aquí están los tres bebés, ¿ok? Still alive, siguen vivos. Ok, so we're going to end the stream now. Then, entonces vamos a terminar el stream. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Muchas gracias por habernos acompañado esta noche. And I really hope we can have you here tomorrow morning, guys. Realmente espero que puedan acompañarnos por el día de mañana, chicos. En la mañana. What the time exactly wrote this review? Exactamente. I think I wrote have a nice rest. Creo que puse que descanse. Mommy will be with you later. Pues creo que puse su mami va a estar con ustedes después. Something like that. Algo así. If I remember correctly. Si es que recuerdo correctamente. Then su es la que existe su Mr. Egg. So, this is really excellent in my opinion, of course. Obviamente, en mi opinión, es este juego excelente, chicos. What as you saw is might not be for everyone. Como vieron, tal vez no sea para todos, but es muy bueno. Especially if you like these kinds of games. Obviamente, si es que les gustan esta clase de juegos. So, sorry, perdón. I'm going to try to download the video and upload it to YouTube. Me voy a intentar descargar el video seguro a YouTube. But remember, I'm not showing you here all the secrets. Aquí no les estoy mostrando todos los secretos. We didn't find all the stars. No encontramos todas las estrellas. And also we didn't find the literal Easter egg. Y de hecho no encontramos el huevo de Pascua literal que existe. We didn't find it. No lo encontramos. So, let's start with the Chris and the hellos, of course. Por supuesto, vamos a empezar con créditos y los saludos. So, hello. Saludos a todos. Hello to because of course, that's it. Saludos, por supuesto, a Picras. Y pues eso sería todo. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Muchísimas gracias por habernos acompañado el día de hoy. And I really hope we can have you here tomorrow. Realmente espero que puedas acompañarnos el día de mañana. ¿Okay? That would be it for me. De mi parte sería todo. I need water. Necesito. No me traje mi juguito. So, have a wonderful night. Tengas una maravillosa noche. Have a nice rest. Descanses bonito. And that's it for me. De mi parte sería todo. So, bye.